It's Week 15 of the National Football League. And up next, it's Bo Nix. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Broncos and the Chiefs, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Just across I-25 from downtown Denver, the usual 76,000 fans have made their way to Philip Power Field at Mile High, the home of the Broncos. The final 4 weeks of the NFL regular season is upon us. Welcome to the home stretch. Welcome to the booth. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson. Partner, it's Week 15. Just feels like a horse race. We're at the top of the stretch. Now it's the sprint for home.
And up until this point, Mike, every team's goal is, can we be in the conversation for the playoffs in this final 4-week stretch? Where here we are. And
all right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Denver offense, set to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
there wasn't really anything fancy about the performance in last week's win, Mike. I mean, he had the one interception. He would clearly like to have that one back. But for the most part, thought he did a nice job keeping the ball out of harm's way. However, it's clear after reviewing the film, he left a lot of opportunities out there. I think there was a lot of meat left on that bone. The 2 touchdown passes, those were great. If he's going to continue to lead his team to more wins in the future, he has to do a better job identifying those mismatches, finding those opportunities, and when they present themselves, he's got to take it.
A first down throw for Nix. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Williams. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. He'll try to run for it. And Nix with the wise move there at the end, sliding to a stop, but he's got the first down. Give him 16 there, and a first down.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on 3rd down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the first down, and then to protect himself with the slide, well done.
Reynolds is the motion man here. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he'll get about 5. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Williams. And he is going to have the Broncos first down. It's a gain of 12 facing 4th down.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. A couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
A lengthy opening drive now comes to this. It is 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He'll get that to Javonte Williams. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. On 4th down, the veteran Will Lutz for the Broncos field goal. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Broncos will take a 3-0 lead.
You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with. All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Here's 3rd and 7. Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Now, fair catch, and he'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The Broncos offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Still plenty to play for as the temperatures dip and we hit the final month, the money month of the season. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
On the give, it's Williams. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
They'll throw. It's Nix. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football.
At their own 34-yard line.
3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. With that, I want to give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. 2nd and 7. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Caught by the tight end, Wiley. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. 3rd and a yard. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll get 4 here, up to the 24-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Play action now. It's Nix. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Now Nick's going to look to throw, and that is incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points, but after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. He has played well all season long, entering this final stretch of games in December and January as the NFL leader in touchdown passes. Open man is Kadarius Toney, the former Giant.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the 1st down.
The tackle by Chris Barnes. 2 yards on the play. 1st down, Chiefs.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Kansas City.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back. Here's Mahomes. Open man is Toney. He's got it. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw is Mahomes. They'll try to set up the screen here.
They may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
Toney, the man in motion. Mahomes now on 3rd and 2. That's out to the flat, and it's complete.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive. Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
And he's going to have just a couple here, but there is a marker on the field as well. A give, and here comes Williams. And a good one here on the ground across midfield. Let's give him 9 for the carry. Here now, 3rd and 5.
A gain of 9 makes it 3rd and 5.
Williams gets it on the draw. It's a gain of 10 yards. Good for a Denver first down.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
On first down, here's Nix to throw. He's got it to the tight end, Dulcich.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. It's the Broncos with the early lead. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Here's the give up the middle with Williams. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
5-yard gain on the play. That's good for a Broncos first down.
Reynolds is the motion man here.
27-yard
They run on the jet sweep. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the Chiefs' 26-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down.
Yards to go.
Throwing, Nix. That one on target to Moore. 12 yards on that hookup. First down, Broncos.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
The catch made there by Sutton.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
At the 4-yard line.
They run over center with Williams. A second effort, and he is in. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Broncos. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos are out to a 10-0 lead. So now after the touchdown, Lutz gonna send this one away. The return starts from the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes coming out for their next drive. And he is in the midst of a sensational season, currently 2nd in the NFL in passing yards. So they come to the line for first down and 10. This drive will start on the ground, and he finds some space tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Tight end going in motion here. On 2nd down, Mahomes. Well covered on the sideline, and it's intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
Man. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard.
At the Chiefs' 14-yard line.
To throw is Nix. He connects. It's in the hands of Reynolds. And the Broncos are going to be looking at a 1st and goal. He's out of bounds at the 3-yard line. They'll run. It's Williams. He'll try to push forward, but only a yard down to the 2. A little closer. Here's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Throwing is Nix. That one taken in. Elijah Moore. Touchdown, Denver. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline, it just increases the amount of space that quarterback has to work with. He knows that he can put that ball maybe a little bit further away from the defender, knowing he's got the guy on the other end to not only secure the catch, but to keep his feet in bounds for a touchdown.
So now after the touchdown, Luck's going to send this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They trail this one 17-0 now. Really need to find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive as they'll begin here with first down. It's a first down and a gain of 13. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Mahomes back. He'll get this complete to Wiley, his tight end. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 50-yard line.
On 2nd down, they run the counter. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Automatic first down.
Back to the ground after the penalty. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. The big defensive tackle, Javon Hargrave, brings that one to an end.
At the 44-yard line.
Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Try to pick this one up on the ground. And he's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
Here's Ty Zentner now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. Javonte Williams heading out with the Broncos for their next drive. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. And the drive begins with a run by Williams. Still fighting for yards, and he lost the football.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down. Throwing is Mahomes. That is incomplete, but there is a flag down. Big call here. It was third down. On fourth down, Harrison Butker on for the Kansas City field goal. This will be from 47 yards. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Chiefs are finally on the board. It's 17-3. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it first down. Throwing now, Mahomes. Out wide, setting up a screen for Rice. He is in. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Chiefs.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Makes the score Broncos 17, Chiefs 7.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Broncos offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with first down. Dulcich now brought in motion. On first down, it is Williams. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. And the defense has it. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it and which team does a better job taking it away.
Here's 1st and 10. Now, Mahomes. He'll get that one complete to Rice. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Broncos 16-yard line.
You have a tight end motioning left here. Mahomes now on 2nd down. He pulls it in around the 5. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Jared Wiley. Touchdown, KC. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight.
And, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay is going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board.
The kick is good. Makes the score Broncos 17. Chiefs.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Broncos offense and their running back set to go once more. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. George Karlaftis, the former Boilermaker, in there for the sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get to the backfield and bring him down. And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
That one incomplete. They can't hook up there, and that incompletion takes us to the 2-minute warning. Here's the punter now, as he's on to punt for Denver. Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. Off the play fake, Mahomes. Caught by the tight end, Wiley. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Motion man is Rice. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. They send the tight end in motion. Mahomes now to throw again. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To the air once more. It's Mahomes. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. He'll send a tight end in motion right. Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
A 46-yard attempt.
He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Chiefs will tie this game up here late in the first half.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. From the 25, they'll go to work, 1st and 10. Here's Nix to throw. He finds his tight end, Dulcich. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10. Back to throw is Nix. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
I think that play probably results in a completion if that protection just holds up a little bit longer. It was that initial pressure in the face of the quarterback that forced him to get rid of that ball a little bit earlier than he wanted. Disrupts that timing, ruins the play. Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath. It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage. So we've reached halftime here. It has been an entertaining first half as we send you to our studios in Orlando. Here's Jonathan Coachman. He's got the EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where you see the final score there. Trevor Lawrence, over 300 yards through the air with a touchdown pass as well. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Jaden Daniels, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. Jordan Love, strong in the victory, as his guys run their record to 10-4 now with 2 weeks to go. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. It's Xavier Worthy on the return, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and we'll try to sustain it here down the stretch. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. The third quarter begins with a run. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here comes 3rd and 6. They're going to motion the tight end over here. On 3rd down, Mahomes. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Going right sideline and complete. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
And a 1st down, Chiefs.
Throwing again, it's Mahomes. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Right back to the air for Mahomes. He's got it at the 7. And he's in. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Kansas City. That's a 2-touchdown game for him. Numbers 7 and 8 for the season.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum field. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down. 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
They'll go again with Williams. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a 1st down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
He's got it to the tight end, Dulcich.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
On the option, here's Williams. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a 1st down.
And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. Throwing is Nix. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
5-yard gain on the play. That's another Broncos 1st down.
They'll send a tight end in motion.
32-yard line.
On the carry, it's Williams. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Another Broncos 1st down.
It's another run here for Williams. And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 21-yard line.
Play action now. It's Nix. He's got it at the tight end, Adam Troutman. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Been a good drive, but they need to convert here on 3rd and 5. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. That is hauled in at the 5. And he'll take it on in. Josh Reynolds. Touchdown, Broncos. Here's Lutz now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Broncos will tie this game at 24. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
2nd and 1 at the 47-yard line.
Off the bootleg, it's Mahomes. This one, a deep shot for Rice.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mahomes. He's got the 1st down, not by a whole lot. He only gets 3. That's all he needed for a new set of downs.
1st down, Chiefs.
Putting the tight end in motion. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Tight end going in motion here. Mahomes now on 2nd down. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. A throw right side is intercepted. And the Broncos will take over here just shy of the 30.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
The home team's offense, and Bo Nix getting ready to go back to work. They'll come up here 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is a pass that just needs to be completed, Mike. The opportunity was there. His guy was open. They ran out of room a little bit there on the sideline. Couldn't quite get the ball up and down fast enough, and ends up being thrown out of bounds.
And despite his best efforts to get away, ultimately, he goes down behind the line. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. To throw is Nix. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams.
Nix's pass complete to Javonte Williams. A gain of 9. It's 4th
The
down.
Broncos bringing out their punter, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Patrick to throw. This caught right side by Worthy. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 27-yard line.
Here's Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy once again. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Kansas City.
Tony, the man in motion. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd.
From the gun, here's a handoff. And he'll get up beyond the 40 to the 41-yard line. The linebacker, Cody Barton, in on the tackle. Here's a 3rd down and 4. One of the tight ends in motion right. 3rd and short. Here's Patrick. And he's going to get awfully close to the 1st down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short. Just what the punter's hoping to do. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 16-yard line.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Just a great example of not only the anticipation, but the instincts to go break that pass up, Mike. You can see he's clearly looking at the quarterback's eyes, and once that ball was delivered, he's just attacking it and breaking it up.
Back to throw is Nix. That one on target to Moore. And he's taken down up past the 35. So from the 36, it is 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36.
On the ground, this is Williams. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this 3rd quarter. So no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Nix to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Wow, an important one coming here. Tie game, late, and this is 3rd down. They'll throw. It's Nix. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. And the Broncos bring out their punter. They'll kick it away. Important punt here in this tie game late. That's taken at about the 14. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll begin here on the ground. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They send the tight end in motion. Mahomes quickly out to Rice. He's going nowhere, losing yardage on that play. The crowd making their presence felt. This is third down. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. He'll try to run for it. And Mahomes, as smart as they come, hits the deck, but he's got the first down.
It's a gain of 20.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the first down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
To the ground, a first down run. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
That's a heck of a run right here, Mike. Tie game, fourth quarter. Everything's on the line. Can you win in the trenches? Can the threat of that run continue to balance off the pass? And that's a big gain there as they try to go take this lead.
First down throw, Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
At the 36-yard line.
Now whistles here, and a penalty. Looks like somebody moved early up front. Off the play fake, Mahomes. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. He's got a man. That's Tony. 14 on the pickup. First down, KC.
You get in these situations, 3rd down, tie game, 4th quarter. I mean, this is really where your quarterback makes his money. You are going to put your faith and say, all right, what is the best play for this offense to execute? And the game really rests in the hands of your quarterback. And he continues to come up with these 3rd down pickups and continues to extend this drive. He's got a shot to come away the hero and win this game here late.
Throwing again, it's Mahomes. There's that man again, another catch. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Tony, the man in motion. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. 3rd down coming up. Mahomes now to throw again. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away. And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense ready to go as we give you a look at the current playoff race. And there is still a lot to play for. Every game is critical. Teams fighting to claim one of the 7 playoff spots that are up for grabs. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
At this point in the game, you find yourself trailing. There's only so many possessions left here in regulation. And now after that first down sack, this is on the verge of being another wasted possession, and they're getting pretty close here to desperation time.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now Nick's going to look to throw.
Holding offense.
They'll look to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. So instead of playing safe, the defense brings the heat, bring the quarterback down, and they'll walk off the field with 2 points.
In this situation, Mike, as an offense, you have to be prepared for the blitz. You know the defense smells blood. They want to come get you in the end zone and get 2 points. And that's exactly what they were able to do.
So now, after the safety, here comes a free kick from the 20-yard line. He'll return it from the 11. Terrific day throwing the ball, and the numbers now show it over 300 yards passing in this one. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
4th quarter, you find yourself protecting a 1-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. One of the tight ends motions right. On 2nd down, Mahomes. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
First down, Kansas City.
They bring a tight end in motion left. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Right back to the air from Mahomes. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Surtain.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
The Broncos offense ready to get back to work. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. Reynolds is the motion man here. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up second and short.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll go play action with Nix. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. Dulcich now brought in motion. They'll try to run for it with Williams. And he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
A tight end in motion now. On first down, right back to Williams. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, here's Nix. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. And that is incomplete. We're all set to kick this one away. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This brought in out past the 20. Oh, hello. He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Now a give up the middle, and he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Offside, defense. Still 3rd down.
The penalty gets them back where they started, and it is 3rd down and 10. To throw is Mahomes. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. 10 catches now in the game. They've gone his way early and often. That one for a first down.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. Do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now a give on the ground. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. On comes the Chiefs punter as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll do so with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Throwing is Nix. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Throwing, Nix. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Nix. I had to take a chance on 4th down, and it's intercepted. Picked off by their rookie 1st-round pick.
Holding offense.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A handoff here, up the middle, and a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Now a timeout, Denver. That's their 2nd. They'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. They'll stick with him again. And he'll bring this inside the 15, and that's good enough for the 1st down. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs and make that a 5th straight victory as they're looking tougher and tougher to beat every week, especially heading to playoff time. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.